All right, let's dive into some of these last study balls for the NFL season as we dive into the Super Bowl. And we're going to dive into New England's pass game first and foremost. A lot of credit to Seattle and the way that they played. Thought it was kind of a microcosm of the playoffs. New England struggled to throw the football. Seattle played some really good defense, gave some really good looks. That just challenged this New England team. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to run a play, which is a staple play in New England's offense. So it's what I call fish back here. So it's a hook and a flat, something going to the flat. It's actually a swing right here, so I call it fish. On the other side, they're going to run a dig and then a 72 combination here. All right. So this is what we're looking at here. So you get a corner off look to this bottom. So no problem thinking, okay, I've got a chance to work this linebacker right here. Okay, so let's just start there. Okay, we get a corner off. We know that guy's got to cover the hook to the flat. Okay, as we come out here, I would have loved to have seen on this particular play maybe a little bit quicker kick to the swing right here. You see this guy holding this off just enough, but I get it. A lot of times when we would run this concept, we would think hook first, hook to swing. So I get what Drake's doing right here, but really you're reading the outside linebacker. Any hesitation at all, corner off, want to think that swing right there. Now, he does get there a little bit late getting there. Nice job by Stevenson to be able to make one miss and pick up an early first down for him. I just want to take you into another aspect of this. Okay, so taking a look at the defensive cover. So I set a corner off here. What they're really doing is going to middle closed defense right here. Okay, and so the other way we can look at this is we can look at this middle linebacker first, because here's what we know. We know this guy is coming on the in route. So you could read that Mike linebacker, because if you read the Mike linebacker, you're feeling pretty good that you can come back and you're going to have one of these two guys on the backside, because it will have played out based off of the guy that we were talking about before, the outside linebacker. Okay, so if this guy hangs inside and takes away the in, then you've got one of these things on the outside. If that guy pushes, okay, so this guy wants to push to the swing, this guy wants to push to the hook, now we've got a chance to replace the in right there. So a couple different ways to look at it. Okay, so here he kind of holds in the middle. So I think if Drake comes over here and reads him first, he probably has a chance to work him, because you see this opportunity right here. But I'm not mad at this idea and this read. This guy's off enough. Only problem, like I said, was there a little hesitation, so we get there a little bit late. But nonetheless, we get it to the right guy, in my opinion anyways. He makes a guy miss. We pick up an early first down on third down. Something that I would have liked to have seen New England do a little bit more is try to create some of those easy completions for their quarterback. Okay? Okay, from here, going to come off the play action. Okay, so this is a common play. Everybody runs, but New England really likes it. Okay, so it's going to be a corner, and then we're going to have the jet sweep. That's going to be the flat control over here. So really trying to get a high-low off of the outside linebacker. Now, I've never been a fan of putting a go on the outside. I would rather put a post on the outside. And the biggest reason why is because anytime you get a safety that wants to hold in this hole, quarters type safety, he jumps the corner, you like to be able to replace over the top, because the only guy that can really take away this high-low read is going to be that safety, because this linebacker can only cover one of the two. So as long as you get the safety out of there, you should have a shot right here. They run a go on the outside. So you're going to see we come off of the play action here, and what happens? Right? The safety turns and pushes in here and jumps the corner. Okay, we're going to have to end up taking the flat here, which is okay because the linebacker gets enough depth that we're going to get a completion. But you just want to be able to have answers against everything that you might see. And so it doesn't really matter what the coverage. If you have a post there, he's going to clear out a middle safety. He's going to clear out a cover 2 safety. He's going to be able to attack that quarter safety. So the post to me works better on this concept. You run a go, now you've got to A, come out and see it quickly and say, oh, I'm going to take a shot at the go route. So if you want to come off and check the corner, which is what this play is called for, probably not getting back to the go route. But I always want to have an answer. Who can take away the corner route? And take away this high-low. It's really only going to be a quarter safety there. And so I want something to replace him. So you see right here that there would have been an opportunity with that safety going there. Possible shot at the post. We got to run with the corner, so it would have been one-on-one. Again, good read by Drake May. Nothing open down the field. Dump it off to Douglas underneath. Nice catch. Nice move. We're getting close to the first down again. Good job by Seattle taking away down the field throw, forcing an underneath throw again. And to me, I thought that was going to be key. It was something that Seattle's defense was good at all year, was taking away the big play. New England was really good at creating the big play. Drake May was great at throwing the big play, so something that you wanted to take away in this game. Okay, so play that we're going to run right here. And so a lot of people will run a stick concept. Okay, so this is the stick concept right here. Normally it go on the outside. New England changes it up, and they're going to run a post here and actually a wheel out here. So something that they like to run as a stick. Now we're going to run the complementary play and see if we can get a shot down the field. Okay, so we get the safety to work over to this side. So normally not something that you're thinking about, but one thing that Seattle will do is they will play some man, especially with Witherspoon, even when they have a shell look over the top. So they're going to play man right here. Okay, so you're going to notice there's a shot right here, a possibility right there with the carry by the corner, a shot possibility right there, but kind of a theme all night long and a lot during the playoffs was the pressure right here. Now, Drake May sets really quickly here. So setting quickly, the other thing he could have done is possibly take that stick throw right now. I'm just curious why he set up quickly. Is he setting up to maybe take this shot? But you set up that quickly. You want to set up based on the timing of the particular throw. Now maybe it's, hey, we're going to give it a stick look, see if we can get those guys to jump and then possibly get the wheel. But something else to watch. Like, I want you to see the protection here, okay? So protection here with this look is going boom, boom. They're turning this direction, okay? So we've got these guys here, back a pickup right there. And so we're in good shape. But what I want you to watch is this left guard right here, okay? So this left guard sets to take the defensive tackle here, and then he comes off. So it looks like we're in actually pretty good shape here to block this. But then he comes off and he hits Derek Hall, and watch what happens when he hits Derek Hall. Boom. He knocks him off of Campbell here, who has stuck him right there, and although he's getting pushed back, he's at least underneath him. But that little bump right there, boom, knocks him around and leads to one of the sacks on this particular play. So thought he maybe had a shot quickly to the stick. Maybe he felt that guy matched, and he was going to try to work back to this high-low. Looks like maybe his eyes are coming back there. And again, would have had a shot right there. Pressure gets there. And to me, again, I don't know why the protection, because you're going to notice the center turns here, then he turns back, and the guard blocks here for a second and then helps and knocks Derek away. And then we've got a defensive tackle that nobody's blocking on top of that, that's coming to get Drake as well. Again, just not really sure what the theory and they were trying to do here, but led right into a sack. Some opportunities coming down the field just not enough time to be able to make them happen. All right. So it looks to me, okay, so I broke this down last week, that the Rams ran a 7 pump to Puka for a big play. And it looks to me like that's what the Patriots are trying to do here. It may just be a go route on the outside, but trying to get maybe a one-on-one double move on the outside. Okay, what I would always like to look at first is this safety. Okay, you got a guy clearing down the middle of the field. So I want to read that safety. If that safety squeezes inside, okay, I'm going to look for my one-on-one on the outside, the double move. If that safety gets wide, now I want to see if I got a shot down the middle. So just watch the safety. Safety gets wide and high. Ooh, shot opportunity right here. If you're ready for it, if you're thinking about it, if you talked about it, there's a shot opportunity right there over the linebackers, right down the middle of the field. And then we can work right here. Okay, so the other thing, working up in the pocket, settle. Settle your feet right here if you want the shot, and there's a possible shot. Going to be a one-on-one. They caught a touchdown later in a one-on-one situation. Steps up, has a chance to step up and settle if he wants to take that throw. Now he's been very good on the run, so as he steps up, he just stays on the run. But I would have loved to have seen settle right here. Okay, this guy's underneath him. You've got leverage. This safety now, since you're late, had a shot at that right off the bat. But if you're late getting to it, he jumps it. You can even lead this guy back inside a little bit on this double move and a possible shot down the field. He passes on that one, takes off running. Eamon Ward makes a great tackle here out in space. Otherwise, close to a first down. Don't know if he gets there as the corner comes off, but a great open field tackle right there by the rookie. All right, this is what gave them problems all night long, okay? And a really good job by Seattle. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 4 down linemen here, and then you're going to have the offensive lineman go to the Mike linebacker. So for those at home, Will is the weak side linebacker, Mike is the middle linebacker, Sam is a strong side linebacker. So the center is going to go to the Mike. The back is going to be responsible for the Will. So those guys all walk up. And they walk up for the reason of committing those 6 guys to block those 6 guys. Okay? So it's just typical. This is, protection 101. So when this happens, quarterback and receivers got to be responsible for the Sam linebacker. We got the other 6 taken care of. This is easy. I don't need to worry about anything if I'm Drake May except the Sam linebacker. So all I'm worried about. If he comes, I need to have an answer. Okay, so they run 2 verticals right here. Okay, I need to have a quick answer to the front side. I need to know where my hot is if I'm Drake, and I've got to be ready. There it is. Everybody commits and comes. I got to have some sort of vertical right here to be able to take. If I'm Drake, I got to know this guy is free. Easy. It's easy. Whether they bring all those guys or not doesn't matter. We're already committed to him. Sam linebacker's the only guy I'm responsible for. So they bring the all-out blitz. Then they end up popping these defensive tackles right here. But we have got to have some sort of vertical adjustment right here. Drake May has no chance. He's got no chance. I'm not sure he's fully aware, but I say it every week. Have a pressure plan. What's the pressure plan? You see it. No eyes. No eyes to the quarterback. Both these guys are running 40-yard dashes down the field. Witherspoon is a free hitter on Drake May right here. We got no chance on this particular play. So what do we get? Just force an easy throwaway. Defense wins over and over again. If you don't have a pressure plan, New England didn't have a pressure plan. Good idea by Seattle, but this is not rocket science. This to me is easy. You're committing everybody backside. I'm only worried about one guy. That's all I'm worried about, front side. Perfect. You come off vertical, just give me your eyes. I'm going to put the ball on you. You get a chance to go one-on-one on the safety right there. I mean, I would take this all day long. I mean, even if you said, okay, we're going to hitch him right here. Whatever. Get him the football right here. He's one-on-one on this safety, and you take your chances at that point. Easy opportunity there, in my opinion, for New England. And instead, it just becomes a third down, throwaway, and a punt. All right, like this, play action, put in an extra offensive lineman, show heavy run, come out here with the hard play action, and we're going to run a deep hook right here, possible wheel opportunity off of that, and then to our check down. So I like it. Heavy run formation, come back, nice job stepping up. Step up and settle. Step up and settle. You don't have to step up and keep your feet moving. We talked about that earlier. Now, good at running, no doubt. Good at throwing on the run, so he can do some of that stuff. But it just makes you a little more frantic as a quarterback when you step up and you never reset your feet. You're just moving up, moving up. You're just kind of saying run, run, run. But he does a nice job here of working the pocket, eyes down the field. Nice job here. These linebackers split. Okay, so this linebacker stays tucked inside. You're just going to kick it out here to your back. He gets some width. Now we got our shot down the field. Deep hook. Nice throw. Nice catch. Good little chunk play there for the Patriots. All right. So here we go again. All right. Tough look. Tough look. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen here. Okay, that means technically, depending on how we call this out, how we point this out, but what I would do is go Will, Mike, Sam. Okay, that's what we would do. It's a weird look because it's almost as if what you would normally want to say is we're going to have our Mike, our Sam, our Will, and then this is the strong safety or a safety. Okay, so a safety side adjust possibility. Okay, so those are the two options that we have. Okay, with this guy stepping up here, okay, you got a 6-man protection. What do we got to do? We got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back can probably go 1 to 2 here, but we can't block both of them. If they bring both of these guys, we're going to have to throw it hot. We're going to have an adjustment. And that's why I like to make this a safety blitz. So then what we used to do is a safety blitz. If this safety comes, boom, we've got to adjust it. I don't know what our adjustment is, but we've got to adjust it over here with a quick throw, and we got to try to get it out of our hands. The other thing that you can do, and it's not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but the other thing that you can do is you can say, this is the Mike, this is the Will. So what does that do to the protection? Takes the back over here to the Will. Tackle goes defensive end. Guard is going to go this direction and take the Mike. Center's going to go this direction and take the Mike, which leaves a big duel to the front side, okay? And more than likely it means this guard's going to have to come down, this tackle's going to have to come down, and this guy's going to be our hot. It's a defensive end. So a lot of times we say, I don't like to make a defensive end hot. But the issue here, or the situation here, is what I know is I've got 3 receivers over here. Okay? So even if they bring that defensive end, this Mike linebacker has to run out of here. Okay? He has to run out of here on the snap, and he's got to cover my hot. Okay? So I feel comfortable that I can beat him with the hot. If he gets out of there early, then no problem. He's the Sam linebacker. He's my hot guy. We'll block the defensive end, and we'll readjust this with the offensive line. But I just want you to watch. So we come out here, boom. What happens, right? Because I saw the pressure backside, I expected the defensive end to fall out front side. But I was ready to throw it hot off of him if I needed to because it looked like they were going to pressure backside. The thing that they're able to do off of this pressure is they're able to play a cover 2. Okay, and so what happens is Drake May's hot, which again, one of the options. He's hot over here. And we're actually free releasing the back on this particular play on top of all this. But we're going to be hot in this situation right here because we're free releasing the back. Here comes the hot. Problem is they run to cover 2, so forces us to throw the hot right here to that guy, puts us in a little bit of a bind over here because we don't have another quick throw. Now, that's what I would say is I'm not sure what this route is, okay? If this is a quick route, if this is a slant, because you see, I'm not sure who that is right there, if that's booty coming off, but you see him kind of look right there, okay? So as a quarterback, what we have to do is we've got to see the defender that's coming down to replace the blitz. And here it's a cover 2 corner. So what I'd like to be able to do is throw this and throw this. What does the corner do? He comes off quick. I want to be ready to throw that. He chases that guy inside. I flip it to my back on the outside. But they get him right here because they force the free hitter. As you know they're going to do. They're going to force the free hitter and jam the receiver, forces Drake to get the ball out quick. And with that, boom, throw it to our back. Great job by Job coming off and making the tackle. And another win on pressure. Good little pressure right there. But again, having the right answers across the board is always going to help us out. Because I always like to ask myself, okay, if I'm going to free release this back, I'm always going to put this guy on something fairly quick. Okay, there's no need for me to free release my back and run this guy deep and not have a quick combination over there. Because if my back's released into the flat, that means I'm saying I need him involved in the play right off the bat. Okay, so that means he's an option right off the bat, which I would want my X to also be an option for a situation like this. If I'm hot, I want to have 2 options over there. It's one of the reasons why I always like to slide away from my 3 receivers, because it gives me more options to be able to have hots to that side. I don't want to just have a one-man hot on the bottom. If that's what's happening here, forced to throw it to the back, play right into their hands, and a win again for Seattle. All right, so similar type look right here. What do we got? Okay, count them up. Will, Mike, Sam. 6-man protection again. So what do we got? Should be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are you responsible for, Drake? We're responsible for the Sam linebacker. Okay, so what do? Same thing. Dropping the safety down. They bring the Sam linebacker, and we should be throwing it hot right here. Now, the other thing is we're going to chip this tight end. You guys have heard me talk about it all year. Why are we chipping the hot guy? Okay, so we're hot in this situation. But we're going to just chip a defensive end and then let him go. So we're going to chip this defensive end. And first of all, the tackle's coming out here to block the defensive end, not the Sam linebacker. But the Sam linebacker shows up, so I would love to see him block the Sam linebacker first because we're chipping the defensive end. But nonetheless, we mess it all up. But the Sam linebackers are hot. There's our hot throw. Now, again, what's hard about this for a quarterback is we block him first. So I see the Sam coming, and I'm going, I don't have a hot throw. My tight end's chipping. I've got nowhere to go with the football. And then at that point, I'm in a little bit of a panic, like, okay, what am I going to do? Where's my throw? What's the throw that I'm going to make? Everybody else is going down the field. And then he leaks out here late. But my eyes are already off it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to find a throw because my tight end chipped. Just release him. Just release him. Tell your tight end to keep eyes on the Sam linebacker. Okay? You might look to go set and chip the defensive end. If this guy comes, release right now. Release right now and give my quarterback an option. Other thing we can do is we can tell number 2 also, just like on the last play. Sam linebacker comes, just peek. You're running a vertical here, just peek off the ball. He peeks off the ball, boom, just throw it to him right there. If I'm Drake May, catch it, throw it. Let's take our option of this guy running down the field. Okay, we don't want to do that? Release. Give me a hot option. You give me a quick hot option right there, release, boom. I'll drop it to him right there, and we got all kinds of green grass with an opportunity to make a play. And again, this is not a hard blitz. All they're bringing is the Sam. Well, I guess they bring the Will linebacker too. But, the only guy that gives us a problem is the Sam over here. It's the only guy I should be conscious of as a quarterback is the Sam linebacker. One guy. Make your protections simple. Who are you responsible for, quarterback? Sam. Who are you responsible for, hot guys? Sam. If they come, run your hot situations. Deal with it. Deal the football. Get it out. There is room to be had if you can beat the pressure. I always say attack into pressure because, again, they're trying to fool you. So the safety drops down late. The backside guy that's walked up to try to give you a tough look has to run all the way over there to that gap to cover it. Not going to do it. If you can catch the ball and get it out and you're conscious of it, there's an opportunity there to be had. Again, nobody looking, no hot opportunity. Here comes Witherspoon for a sack. You guys know, frustrates me. It's not that hard. Make it a priority to talk about it. Make your quarterbacks conscious of it. Make your receivers conscious of it. Don't just take negative play after negative play when teams pressure, especially with simple pressures. Okay? Here we go. A little play action. Looks like a little RPO right here. Okay? Might be an actual play action play, but I think it's an RPO right here. He gets this linebacker to step inside. Boom, we got it. There it is. Got to make this throw. You just got to make the throw, okay? And so this was what I saw from Drake a lot throughout the playoffs. It was just missed opportunities, missed throws over and over again. And these are tough off of the RPOs, but I'll always say it. His feet are pointing this way, okay? He's trying to throw it this way. What normally happens? When your body is leading you one direction, it's easy to miss in that direction. So his body's going left. Where's the ball? It's back to the left or back behind Hunter Henry right here. And again, another great opportunity. Everybody's backing up. Safety's backing up. Put it on him right here. Man, he's got a nice play. Might get tackled right there, but man, we're going. If he makes one guy miss, everybody else is coming up to the line of scrimmage. He makes one guy miss, we got a huge play right here. Miss with the throw. It's back behind him. He was very fortunate right here. I think that was Bryant right there, and Bryant's coming up for the hit. The ball ends up knocking right off his face mask. Could have easily been an interception off of a bad throw right here, but he's looking to make the hit, and even with that, boom, look at that. Man, ouch. Sets up Hunter Henry for a big hit there because he exposes him by putting this ball back behind him. He's got a twist and turn. Bang, big hit. It's laid on the back end. So you're seeing it already. Some missed opportunities by New England. Now, I won't say that there are a bunch of missed opportunities necessarily by Drake May because without having the proper hots in, he doesn't really have a chance to be successful on those plays. But if you did, there was all kinds of opportunities early in this game to create some big plays, some chunk plays, possibly some one-on-ones on the back end that could have changed the complexion of this game early, and they haven't been able to take advantage of any of them. Okay, so right here, we're just going to run, okay, a little choice route right here, okay, and then we're going to work guys to it. This kind of becomes a play, pure progression play that a lot of teams are running, but it starts out here on the bottom, okay? So I'm going to come off, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read Witherspoon, okay? What's he doing? Is he carrying? Okay, he carries. Okay, got to be ready. Now look, again, I'm not sure why his feet are set back to the inside. I'm not sure what he's looking at first. Here's your throw right here. Not a huge play, but you've got 5 yards cushion. To me, that should be your first throw right here on this particular play. Okay, so coming out and seeing it, and again, he's not looking. He's coming back to the inside. Okay, and so I get it. You got 1, 2, and then this guy would be number 3. But to me, just impatient, not really knowing what he's seeing here or what he's looking at. Again, feet not set up there. And I see what, he could possibly be saying the safety's coming down and taking this away. Maybe. I just think in this kind of game, you're coming out, you're setting your feet, and you're saying, if I have that, I'm taking it. I'm taking that 5-yard completion right off the bat. I'm not passing it up. And to me, it was there. It was pretty easy. As soon as Witherspoon carried, I'm set. I'm ready to hit that quick out, that choice. Miss that opportunity. Pressure. Falls back again. Right there. Just gets pushed back into Drake. He's got no chance to be able to work through his progressions from there. So important. Early in these games, especially for young guys, get completions. Get completions, get completions, get completions. So important. Don't pass them up to try to get big plays. Okay, nice job right here. These are the kind of completions you like. Hey, just deal it. Get it out there to your guy. Pick up a few yards. Could have thrown a few more in there like that just to get your young quarterback going. Been struggling just a little bit. Okay, so this play right here. So this is a play that I call wrap. So it's just a quick in route. Wrap in route. Okay, we're going to run a hook. And the reason we call it a wrap is because you're wrapping around the hook. It's just quick and you're wrapping around the hook. Okay? Only thing I'm worried about is a quarter safety if I'm going to read that side. Okay, so if a quarter safety is sitting there, he's driving, I might get to the other side. We'll talk about that in a second. He decides to come back over here on the wrap. There's an opportunity. Now, safety's driving, no question about it. But if you're on time and if you're ready to throw this, and then boom, put it right between the numbers. You got your opportunity, and there again, just a bad throw back behind. Late, might have been worried about the safety, but that's why you got to be ready, and you got to be ready to rip it. If this guy's worrying you at all from the get-go, then work back to the other side. Because here's what I know. Quarter safety right there, okay? We're going to run a hook, a swing, and then a guy down the middle of the field, okay? So I'm going to feel pretty good about my opportunity. They've got a quarter safety on the backside. They're going to some sort of two, okay? I'm going to come out here and see if they possibly carry the guy down the middle because the backside safety, right? I'm reading the backside safety. I'm going to take the wrap. If the backside safety drives it, I'm going to look to take my shot up over the top. Opportunity with both throws if he wants them. But again, he starts with his eyes kind of to the left, okay? And he may be saying, okay, I'm working this guy right here, but now you got to get your eyes back to the safety and find him and be ready to make this throw. Another missed opportunity right here to at least get a completion and a possible first down. Now they come back and they're able to get the first down right here. Okay, so you see the walk up again. Okay, so however you work this, depending on where their protections are, but Sam, Mike, Will is what I would do, so it takes care of the 6 in the box. This would be considered a safety if he comes. Your back can go Will to safety, but you can run a side adjust back there. It can be hot off the Sam right here, but they're making it look like man. Okay, nice job here. The last second, boom, we're going to run out of here to a cover 2. Okay, nice read by Drake May. Nice read here by, I think it's Douglas. Okay, he's going to see and feel the corner on the outside, so he's got to sit in that hole. Nice little pitch and catch. Down low, don't set your receiver up for it. See, Douglas does a nice job of seeing that and settling in the hole. And good, we get a completion here towards the end of the first half to move the chains and use the clock a little bit more. Okay, come out with the naked bootleg. Okay, I thought Drake was a little bit fast coming out here. Okay, so we want to make sure we get a mesh. Just watch how quickly he kind of token fakes this. Boom. And then see how there's no real mesh with the back. See how quickly he's turning away from this mesh? Makes it easy for a defensive end when he sees how far away you are from that guy or he sees you coming out quick. You got to sell out. You got to mesh to your back and then get out of here. Thought Drake got out of here too fast. That's Mafe right there. Reads it because he comes out so fast. Can't get around him. There is some opportunities here. Opportunity on the flat here. If he had gotten a little bit more time, so got depth here and was able to flip his feet, maybe a shot at this crosser if he was able to negotiate Mafe a little bit. But again, just little things. It's little things. Impatience right there. Like, again, see, if I'm a defensive end and I'm reading through this, I see the body language, I see the eyes and the head of Drake turning right here. There's no reason for me to sell out. I'm going to be on top of this all day long. Rushes this one, and again, there's an opportunity there for the flat, but guy hanging on him, not able to get the ball out, just whips it into the stands. So much of this game is about the little things that are so important. Okay, a long yardage situation here is 3rd and long towards the end of the first half. I don't mind this. They're really just going to take a go shot here. As long as this safety doesn't go to help, we're in 3rd and long. Might as well throw it up one-on-one. Maybe we get a pass interference. Maybe we get a good catch right there. So we're just going to throw it up. But again, just give him a shot. Like, he's got an opportunity. Does a nice job there of crossing the corner. If you give the ball and put the ball on him, I think there's a great chance that he catches it, or you get a PI. Drake just launches this thing, and you see it out there on the white. No real chance for Hollins to catch it right there. And just a rough first half. There were some opportunities to be had. They didn't take advantage of them, whether that was Drake, whether that was protection, or whether that was scheme not giving them opportunities against pressure. All right, so we get in here to the 3rd quarter. Okay, the 4th quarter is a different beast, so we'll get through the 3rd quarter here, and then maybe I do another tape on the 4th quarter. But it was a lot of Seattle playing soft. Drake ends up throwing for 200 yards. Maybe some positives to take from that, but we're really looking at the first 3 quarters here. Okay, so this is a similar type concept to what we saw earlier. So we've got kind of a skinny post or maybe an in here. We're going to set up here, and then we're going to run the wheel, and then we're going to get our back out of here and come to the flat. Okay, so let's come back, and no problem. Look at this right here. Okay, so you can look at this one right here. And again, skinny, in, a lot of that could be dependent on why I throw it or not. Drake's looking at it right here. Opportunity right there if you like it. If he's supposed to fall up the field on a post, maybe you don't like it going to the safety, or we've got to be set to throw this a little bit faster. There's an opportunity. Like, there's a possible opportunity right there in a throw to his post. Okay, but he passes on it. No problem. We're going to run this. Thought it was a little tight. We get Witherspoon to go here again. Okay, now take your time and see what Eamon Worry does right here. Okay, so you see how quickly he turns and throws this wheel. Why? Like, let it play out a little bit and see if we win. If not, let this guy run, and you've got a huge opportunity right here. Just, there's times I felt he held the ball a little too long. There's other times I felt like he was moving too fast. And this is one of those times where moving too fast, okay, doesn't get a chance to really see it, because you really don't want to throw a back shoulder right here. If you're going to throw this, your guy's got Eamon Worry beat at least by a step. Lay it out in front of him. They try to throw the back shoulder. Again, this is the throw that should be made right here. He's got good protection. He doesn't have to panic and throw it too fast. Tries to throw the back shoulder, and just miscommunication and another miss. All right. So here's the look that they showed earlier, right? So they bring 2 linebacker type players over to this side. So that would mean one of these guys is the Sam over here, but I've got this protected, these 6 guys protected. All I'm worried about is one of these 2 guys coming. Other than that, I'm good to go. Okay, so just one comes. Okay, they do a nice job. I like what Drake does here. Said, let's simplify it. They're dropping down to this side. I've got my one-on-one back here. I got to count on my guy to win. Okay, and so, and you just see, like, he gets squeezed to the sideline, and then off of that, he gets pushed out of bounds. And again, no real shot for Drake. I mean, I see what he's doing. I like what he's doing. There's all kinds of bodies in the middle of the field. Let's go to our one-on-one. But we got to win the one-on-one matchups. And physically, they lost that matchup right here. Boom, get jammed. Feeder on the sideline. I mean, the only person that had a chance to catch this is Witherspoon or Job. I'm not sure who that was right there, but the cornerback on that one. All right. So not sure exactly. Play call here. Diggs turns this into a go route. Not sure if that's what he's supposed to have, but maybe. Going to have an out right here, and then once again we're going to replace with this here. So we can look for that go route there if we like it. Do you like it? Probably not. Okay, so then we're going to look for Hunter Henry on the out. We get good coverage to match to that. Okay, so now it becomes one of these two guys here. Nice job by Drake again to kind of slide away from this pressure. Pressure's coming. And again, the twist game. Here's a guy coming free, but he does a nice job of sliding, negotiating the pocket. Now just make the throw. Just lay it out there. You got all this space. It's right there. Just lay it to him and let him go make a play for you. Again, just misses too far out in front of him, too low. And another missed opportunity here by the Patriots. It's a third down situation right there. Chance to convert. Okay, this one's really tough right here. So we're going to go with the 4-strong look. Okay, so put the fourth guy strong right here. And then we're going to run kind of a crosser here, an influence here, a big in out here. Okay, now I circled Stevenson here because he's going to do a little chip here. And these are the things that always concern me about these plays. Okay, so really on this play, you're trying to get this big in. Now, one of those other things could pop. If you get man-to-man coverage, you get the right look. But that's what we're really trying to get here. So it's so crucial to attack this area, okay, the hook area, the hook defender with two guys. Okay, so I'm going to run this right here. And again, Stevenson's chipping. Okay, so he's right there. But here's the problem, is we need to get him with some width out here to be able to move these defenders, to be able to grab those defenders and possibly get the in route. Now, they push everybody over because it's 4 strong. Another reason why I don't like to run this out of 4 strong, because out of 4 strong, what you expect is these guys to push over because the back's here. Okay, so they push wide, makes it tough. Again, as we release here and we chip, and you just see, like, there's nowhere to go. Backside guy covers here. These two deep guys are there. Okay, the hook defender's right here for the in. Ernest Jones shifts over. He's there, for the back. And then Hunter Henry's just sitting on the backside, and he's matched to as well. So, Kurt, what would you do differently on these plays? Okay, so you're always asking yourself, what are we trying to do on this play? So, again, this to me is an alert. We get man-to-man. Everything on the backside disappears. Great, you can take that. We don't get man-to-man. They keep somebody on the backside, which they do here, then that's dead. Okay, we're not looking at that anymore. Okay, so now it becomes about this down the middle possibility, but really this right here. Okay, so if I'm going to overload this side, I'm going to overload this side. I'm going to let the back go, and I'm going to put him on a swing. I'm going to take my tight end, since I'm clearing out the backside, and I'm going to make him the hook read over here on this side. Okay, so I just want you to watch as this plays out. Okay, if that's the case and you overload, okay, this back's going here on a swing. What does Ernest Jones do? This guy coming over here on a shallow. Now he's in a bind with who to cover. These guys are basically coming into each other and allowing it to be squeezed and easy to cover. It allows Eamon to drop back into the end, because that's the other thing. If the back's running a swing here, the other possibility is Eamon comes off and gives you an opportunity on the end. But you're not giving yourself a chance. You're putting nothing underneath this end, making it easy for Seattle. Then everything else squeezes to the middle, making it easy for these linebackers. And this is exactly what happens. There's nothing there. There's nothing for Drake to throw. And I know you can look at this and say, oh, that guy comes open. But he really shouldn't have been open, because if you watch it, right, there's a corner on the backside just waiting for him right there. And so there's no reason for the quarterback to even think that it could be open. But we've hurt ourselves with the scheme and putting everybody in different spots, not being able to grab them, not overloading them. If you're going to go 4 strong, find a way to overload to the strong side. We're not doing that right here, as we send this guy to the backside, right to where we know there's going to be bodies. We send this guy inside instead of stretching it out here. And we give ourselves no advantage with this 4 strong. And Drake just holds the football, right? There's nowhere even to really get rid of it. I mean, he's just holding it, trying to find somebody, coverage sack, scheme sack right here, because we're just the little things that aren't complementing the play. It's always asking why. Why am I having my back check over the ball? Why am I having my tight end check to the backside? What advantages do those give me and give my quarterback on every play? Okay, so one of their staple plays, I broke this down last week, knew they would have this in their playbook at least once. Okay, so it's a play called popcorn. Okay, so we got a pop on the outside, we've got a corner route, and then we've got a flat. Okay, it's a staple play. They love to run it. They've been good at running it. Okay, I love this. They come in here and attack Ernest Jones to hold him inside. Exactly what we want. Once we hold him inside, we know we're going to get an inside out on that outside linebacker right there. There it is. Okay, right there. He wraps around him. Nice little throw. We'll take it. 7-8 yards. Good play call. Good design. Good completion. All right. So here we come with basically same pressure once again. 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen. Okay. However we want to term this. Will, Mike, probably would do it the opposite. Sorry, because the guy walked up. We want the offensive line to block him, so we'll call him the Mike. Stack guy will be the Will. Who's this? Everybody should know that's the Sam. Who am I responsible for if I'm the quarterback? I'm responsible for the Sam. Okay, so here we go. Okay, they bring the Sam linebacker. Okay, they actually end up picking this up late. Really nice job. They pass it off as the defensive tackle goes inside, but Sam comes. I still got to know I'm responsible for it. So there's one throw if I want it. Just come out and take it. Beat the pressure, take it right there. Okay? Take it right there. You don't like it? Okay, we're going to free release the back to the backside. Okay, and we've got a slant flat combination to the backside. Okay, so you know he's coming. He still could be hot. Okay, no problem here. Whether you settle your feet or he buys a little time going in that direction, but you got to be able to make the throw on the backside. Okay, you got either opportunity. You could take the flat against the defensive end, but I like it. This guy pushes there. Here's your throw. There it is. Okay? Settle in and make the throw. Right here, comes off. Again, errant throw. He's moving. He's anxious. Never really settles his feet and misses another opportunity to move the chains right here. Another tough look right here. So again, not sure exactly what. Okay, so it looks like we're going to run some sort of over. Again, going to run the go here. Would like to see a post here because again, we want to, just like we had the one earlier where it was a corner and a go. Okay, so you see those two guys, whether it's an over or a corner, they're coming to the same area. So a same defender in that area could take it away. So I like to replace with a post. Okay, so watch how it happens here. Okay, so here we go. What happens? We run the go over here. Who grabs it? This guy right here. Okay, so again, there's a corner on the backside. We're going to have to beat him one-on-one, but we allow the safety to grab it. If we're running a post here and that safety wants to grab it, again, we get an opportunity. We get an opportunity to read this guy. What are we going to do here? He wants to jump underneath. We throw it over the top. He wants to go deep. Now we've got our shot for our over right there. And once again, you see we're running right into guys right here. Like what exactly are we doing? Okay, so we got Diggs hesitating to come across. Then we got our back turning and stopping right where he's at. I don't know. I don't know what we're trying to do here. Now, this could just be a mess up by Henderson. Okay, so he comes up. He thinks he's going to have to protect. And then he gets caught up here because I would guess he should be going in this direction so we can get a high-low there, and then we can have the juke late for us on this particular play. But we've got to be able to complement everything together. This go to me doesn't complement anything. Give me a post right here. Give me an over. Make sure you get to the flat. and then give me a juke. So now we're overloading the backside. I'm going to read this guy first. He goes deep. I'm going to read my high-low on the over, probably have the over here. He jumps the over. Now I got a shot to use the field and take the post right there. Okay? We run to the flat, clear this guy out. Then maybe I have a chance to come underneath to Stephon Diggs here on the shallow. Right? But again, we're bunching everything up. We're taking guys into bodies. We're not complementing our concepts. So if he takes it away, we've got this. We've got guys running in different areas, different spots. And once again, Drake's caught, holding the football, nothing to do. Now, it could have been another sack, able to break away from this one. They get a defensive holding call here as Drake tries to turn the corner. So they're given a first down here off the scramble. But, man, not a lot there happening for Drake May. Oh. Okay, so a missed opportunity right here. So they're going to run what I call pylon. So it's a high pylon corner, then a flatter corner, and then, not sure who it is going out here, but one of these guys is going to go out to the flat. Okay, so we're going to have a 3-level throw over to that side. Okay, so I just want you to watch that part of it first. Okay, so as we come out here, we want to read this corner. Okay, we get the safety turning his hips. We want to read that corner. Does that corner play high, or does he come off on the out route? Okay, here you see it. Oh, he comes off on the out route. There's our opportunity. Shot for a big play, but we got pressure over here. So, when it looks like they're doing the right thing and Drake's actually trying to make this throw right here, but he's going to get hit as he's trying to make the throw. Ball goes out of bounds. But again, just want you to watch. So this is Campbell over here. Yes, we're running off a play action. But what he's going to do on this deep play, like, again, these things I don't understand. I'm not an offensive line expert, so I'm sure there's a smart reason for this up front. But we're trying to run a deep pylon, a 7-step drop, hold the ball, wing it down the field type play. We're asking our tackle to fire out, okay, so trying to give a run fake, to fire out on a defensive end. Well, that ball's not coming out quick. So if you fire out and miss, we're in trouble. So we're going to fire out here, boom, and we miss. Like, we get aggressive here on the backside, and we miss an opportunity for a huge play off of simply doing that. And again, I understand being aggressive, showing run to some degree, but knowing you're on the backside of this run, we got to make sure that we can't allow this, not only the backside, but also knowing that this is a 7-step drop. Man, we can't get too aggressive and miss this quickly, knowing the quarterback's going to hold the football. Missed opportunity for a big play right here by the Patriots. All right, so here we go again. Same pressure, right? And so, people were watching this and going, oh my gosh, they're throwing all kinds of crazy stuff. Nope, they're not. It's the same stuff over and over. What do we got? Will, Mike, walk to the weak side. Sam, who's our hot? Sam. Got to be ready for it, okay? If they bring Sam, boom, they bring Sam, okay? Got to be ready for a hot play, okay? So I need Diggs to know that, okay, because, again, this is typical zone dog stuff, okay? They come here, somebody's got to come over here to cover us, okay? So I need to see and make sure that if I know that guy's coming, we're going to try to widen and stay away from this guy on the backside and give ourselves a hot throw, okay? It's the same thing, okay? You go vertical right here. Drake sees it. You throw this quickly right on him. We got a chance to split this for a big play. Now, again, this could be a built-in because they're going to run this crosser right here. Okay, that's the other option that Drake would have. Okay, knowing we've got some off coverage out here and a quick throw to the outside, okay, that could also be one of our hot throws. But we got to have a hot throw. And again, to me, I want it into the pressure, not always away from the pressure. Now, he comes over here and finds a completion. Okay, so we'll live with it. Get a few yards on that one. But again, you just see nobody front side is really aware and paying attention to what's going on from a hot perspective. Drake's not, the receivers aren't, and here comes Witherspoon once again, going to be a free hitter on the most simple blitz you can imagine, away from, or coming into the 3 receiver side. There's all kinds of space over here. This guy's got to come over here. If we've got some sort of vertical, if we've got some sort of quick flat over here to attack this hot, man, it's easy. It's an easy blitz to be able to see, to understand, to block, to know who's our hot guy, and we've got to be able to do a better job of having a pressure plan. Okay, so just pressure once again. I'm not exactly sure. The concept here looks to me like maybe we're trying to run kind of what I've been talking about, a post and over, and this back coming to the flat. Not sure why we're running that guy to the backside. We're also running Diggs on a go route over here, so I'm not sure. This is kind of conceptually, the high-low over here. Maybe it's, hey, if you get one-on-one back here to Diggs, go ahead and work that, and then work to your shallow coming to the backside. Just not fully clear on what the concept is. Again, looks like Drake maybe wanted to go to the backside here, but none of it really matters on this play. Quick pressure coming from all over. He's trying to step up. Unfortunate as he steps up. Boom, ball knocked out right to Seattle. Gives them some easy points. All right, I'm going to stop right there. That's the first 3 quarters. You saw the struggle that it was. Not a lot of great opportunities. Not a whole bunch open. But there were some. There were some chances. There were some plays to be had, and specifically against pressure. If they had an answer against pressure, they could have maybe slowed down this Seattle team. They could have possibly hit some big plays into the pressure. Didn't have a plan. Scheme-wise, didn't seem like Drake was on top of that pressure and knowing who the free guy was and what he was going to do, what his plan was in that situation. But Seattle didn't do anything crazy. You see right there, it wasn't an overcomplicated scheme. They just kept doing it, and the Pats had no answer for 3 quarters. It was domination by the defense. To me, it was lack of having answers by the offense, and that was by far the difference in the football game.